So our first question today is, talk to us a little about the taming of the horse.
Yes, so it's the taming of the horse is so important and so interesting that to talk about it is like explain the universe in 25 words or less. Because when you want to communicate with a totally different species, because it's not a different person and a different personality. It's a horse. It's another species. You have to really reset your whole point of information from where you look at the world and where you feel about it and how you feel about it, because the horse's world is commanded by his instincts. And when he behaves, whether you like it or not like it, and then you call it misbehavior or disobedient behavior, it's just a horse responding to the world the way he knows it, and worse than that, the way his instincts dictate it, which is a hell of a lot worse than a horse not feeling well about you on a particular day. So the taming of the horse is requiring this semi-impossible attitude from the rider, that you try to put yourself into the horse's mind, and that of course includes knowing what the horse's mind or instinctual compulsory package may be, and then you assume that you are in it and you are partnering in it. The basis of all taming is to get the animal's attention and sustain it. It's not the same. Getting the attention of an animal is a very different thing than to continue to retain it and sustain it and have him focus on you. Animal trainers used to know that if you lose the attention of like a tiger or a lion or some kind of a circus animal, even a monkey, then he eats you. So there's a very simple conclusion to the distribution of who is paying attention to whom. It's either you attracted the animal's attention, you stay alive, and you actually can make him sit on a drum and act cute when you play the Rákóczi March by Berlioz, and all of that unfolds in a circus situation, but the animal's attention must be attracted and the focus maintained. What usually attracts an animal's attention is, of course, food. And when you talk about tigers and lions, you don't want to be eaten. So you are the giver of the food, you are not the meal. But with a horse, this doesn't work because he eats grasses and things. So you can't offer him a bit of yourself. You have to attract him with food or something that pleases the horse. And so when you start to ride horses, people give you ideological scales. You have to first relax him and then you work on his rhythm. And then nonsense, because all of these things, these concepts, kick in simultaneously. The greenest horse, hopefully not becoming an evergreen, but the greenest horse already needs to focus on the rider, pay attention, relax in his mind, and as a consequence in his body, because with the horse, very much like with humans, the mind leads, the mood leads, and then the body reacts to or expresses what the mood has cajoled. So you attract the horse's attention to get the entire list of the other things. You cannot get contact and balance and engagement and collection. And none of these things work unless the horse fully attentive to you. And when you lose the attention of the horse during a session, a training session, actually those periods of minutes or half an hour or whatever is lost. Because in riding, the art of riding, there is no neutrality. You either build it or you kill it. There's nothing in between. There's no, wait a minute, there is no, I'm trying my best. All of those horrible ideologies have no place in the art of riding. So the horse only gets the training that you gave him during the 11 minutes he paid attention, and the rest of your riding hour is lost, because the horse was in his mind and in his attitude out on the pasture, out on the range, and entirely switched back to his instinctual self. So then, when the focus of the horse is, of course, difficult to get, his attention is difficult to attract at the beginning of the training partnership. And as the horse gets used to the trainer and learns the trainer's braille, the language with which, the tactual language with which the trainer influences his mind and attracts his goodwill to cooperate, when that is in place, the training procedure is definitely demonstrated by the horse paying more and even in qualitatively deeper attention to the rider's will. Because it's one thing that, to make little Brownie move off the spot, you give him a 5-pound kick because little Brownie is insensitive and thinks of food, and now you have to kick him to nudge him on. But later on, you practically think at a standstill, right lead canter, and he departs in the most elegant, lofty, suspended way and canters down the avenue or wherever you are. So the focus and attention of the horse to you is also an evolutionary process. First, there is little and crude, and your training should make that a lot and very refined and very nuanced. And so when we always witness these riding lessons, which are horsing lessons, traffic direction, come down center line, go on the diagonal, do this, do that. And they should be riding lessons because you are instructing the rider. The rider remains crude. The rider's messaging is grotesque, inconsistent, too much or too little. So, as they used to say in the Spanish riding school, riding is very simple. All you need to know is what to do, when to do it, and how much of it to do. That's simple enough, right? So the entire art of riding is condensed into these 3 annoying concepts. And of course, it is actually what is happening. And so it is, as always, the relationship between rider and horse is that they both teach and they both learn. A rider who doesn't learn, who doesn't notice or is unaware that the horse's focus is lost, is an insensitive klutz. A rider that has the sensitivity of a doorknob is not going to succeed in taming the horse and sustaining his attention and focus on himself and on his complex directions and complex aiding system that the horse has to acquire and follow.